And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday, and welcome back to the Saturday Speed Run. What's on the agenda for tonight? No idea. Let's check the map. Okay, so that's the Fenton mission. Keep them coming, Fenton, and then Lenny. Okay, we'll do Fenton and Lenny tonight, and we will go fishing with Kieran, because I know you guys like fishing with dumb Kieran. He's not dumb. And he doesn't want to go fishing right now. What's that about? Okay. Okay, let's see what kind of horse do we got. We've got the Dutch warm blood, the Seal Brown Dutch warm blood. That's a good horse to be under fire. Okay, let's go see what Hosea wants. Let's go see what Hosea. Miko Herptile, channel moderator. Miko Herptile is here. Thank you, Miko, for being here early. Miko says, hello, Super Antonio, City mods, and everyone. I will be listening in the background, getting ready for another super typhoon. Have a good stream, folks. Take care. Okay, Miko, you take care as well, and also, you know, you watch out for that typhoon situation. We're worried about you. Okay, so we can play dominoes with Tilly, which I like to do, but Molly has left a reward for you at your tent. It's a cigar. It's nothing special. We're going to make a short on that. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about AI, artificial intelligence, the singularity, Skynet. You may or may not know, but the algorithm for YouTube is AI driven now. It's completely AI. There's no humans, and it's kind of benefited the channel. You know, in terms of views and in terms of views and new subs. Omnipresent Oneness says, hi, Super Antonio. I hope you're having a good night. My first time catching a live stream. Welcome, Omnipresent Oneness. I like your name. I like the alliteration. Okay, so we're talking about AI, and I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but there's a new creator feature called AI Assistant, and so I've been using it to that's why I like all the these shorts titles are very derivative and clickbaity, because they're AI titles. I'm just like, I put in my title, my Super Antonio title, and I ask for like a better title in terms of views and subscribers, and it shoots out some kind of Mr. Boss kind of title, and that's fine, I guess. And also, this like Super Saturday Speedrun Challenge, the title for this speedrun is AI generated. So AI is like driving the content subtly, but it's benefiting the channel. So that's good for you and me. We're getting new eyeballs, we're getting new views. So what I wanted to say, how do I explain this? Yeah, so we got this AI assistant who will like help you out, and you just like type in what you want, and it'll give you I've been thinking about doing a sci-fi Sunday, and I was going to play Stellar Blade because I like the alliteration of Stellar Sunday. Okay. And so I finally, I just asked the AI. I was like, is Stellar Blade a good fit for this channel in terms of new subscribers and views? And it was scary. How the response was scary. The speed of it. It analyzed all the videos, all the views, all the metrics, all the comments, everything in less than a minute. It was so scary, and it was like, no, don't. It's too linear. It's not open world. It's sci-fi. You risk losing your core audience. Yeah, and so it pretty much just wanted me to play Batman Arkham Knight and Red Dead Redemption 2. So I asked the second alternative was Cyberpunk 2077, which is what Hugo Stiglitz, channel moderator Hugo Stiglitz, was suggesting, and what I was originally thinking of in the first place. So I asked the AI about that, and it said, yeah, that's a good idea because it's open world, and your core audience, you're the core audience watching right now. What's that about? Core audience likes some open world and exploration. So yeah, and looking it up. Here, let's look it up. You know I like I like digital copies. I mean, I like physical copies. However, you will be happy to know that Cyberpunk 2077 is on sale right now for $22.49. It's half off. So we'll go get that. I will probably get that after the stream. But all the the patches are free. There's an update that I've got to download, and this thing, Phantom Liberty, is $20.99. But still, it's half price, so we'll get that. Okay, so that was a big news for the channel. I'm listening to the AI. Okay, let's get started. How is everyone tonight? Greetings. Will we start playing tomorrow? Cyberpunk 2077? Maybe. Omnipresent Oneness says, hi, superantonio. Oh, my first... Oh, okay, I already read that. Never mind. Advertising. The New American Art. This is a speed run, so we skip cutscenes. Sadie says, like and subscribe. She had a nice shower bath. And now she's very tired. Mr. Maddie's here. And Mr. Maddie says, howdy. Mr. Maddie, we're going to do a Cyber Sunday, maybe tomorrow, maybe starting tomorrow. Oops. Because it's on sale. $22.49. I like that price. I like physical copies, but you can't beat that price. Let's slalom these trees. Hosea doesn't mind. Oops. Mr. Maddie says, oh, bet Cyberpunk is a top 10 game of mine. Incidentally, Mr. Maddie, the year 2077 is the projected release date for Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm pretty sure Hosea takes one for the team, shall we say, with Mrs. Braithwaite. You heard the man. Driver, proceed, please. And honestly, who can blame him? Bessie died a long time ago. I don't know if he takes advantage of the bath ladies. He's always thinking 2 steps ahead, playing 3D chess in his brain. He's attracted to powerful women. I hate first person. But you know, we've never played a first-person game on this channel, so we might as well. Skip. Cruz is here. Cruz says Super Antonio with a with a muscle up. Can you do a muscle up, Cruz? I can do a muscle up. I do one muscle up a day when we go to the park, and it's mostly to show off. And you know, it's like I have to cheat. I have to jump. I can't do like a cold muscle up. Like a dead hang muscle up? No, I could not do that. I have to jump. But it still looks pretty impressive. And Sadie just, you know, she just kind of stands with me and lets me do my muscle up because this is what we've done ever since we've gone to this park is go to the monkey bars and do a muscle up. It's part of our route. Yes, Cruz, a momentum muscle up. Cruz says I can do a momentum muscle up, if that counts, LOL. Yeah, that's what I do. Momentum muscle up. And yes, it counts. It all counts. Cruz says it is impressive. Yeah, it's fun. Peter Walsdorf says, happy Saturday, everyone. But, you know, Cruz, my primary, like, strength exercises are on the chin-up bar. I have a chin-up bar, like a freestanding chin-up bar. And so I do chin-ups and pull-ups every day. Cruz says, it's a good habit to continue, Super Antonio. Yes, I like body weight exercises, even though I do have a set of weights. Well, they are the adjustable weights. You know, they go up to like 55 pounds, I think. But I usually keep them around 25. Okay. And we're doing Cyberpunk 2077 maybe tomorrow night if I buy it tonight. And 2249, I just might. We better tonic up. Can we tonic up? We cannot. And Cruz says, yeah, Super Antonio, I remember you showed your living room setup when you showcased Sadie's favorite carpet. And Mr. Matty says, Super Antonio, are you going to play that new game Dispatch? I'm currently playing it, and it's really good. What's it about? What's going on? Tell me, Mr. Matty. I can't research it right now. Arthur is busy. Fenton's busy. Cruz says, that is exciting. With no glitches, it sounds like you'll get your money's worth. And Cruz asks, how did the Halloween stream go? I think it went well. I wore this mask, which I still haven't, like, I was a crazy 88. And it was, like, very uncomfortable. It got a little emotional because I was talking about ghost stories and personal life. And then I don't know, conversation just kind of led towards the death of my mother and father. Awkward. And so, yeah, it was a little emotional. But yeah, I think it went well. It's on replay. You can watch it if you want to, you know, they're ghost stories and... Papa One told a really cool ghost story. Keep 'em coming, Fenton. Sadie's here. She's sleeping. Oops, sorry. Keep 'em coming, Fenton. How did your Halloween stream go? Krios, did you dress up? Or did you have a costume? Did you wear your Spider-Man suit? Your Spidey suit? I don't know. The algorithm also suggested I play more Batman Arkham Knight. And I do love that. I do love that game, and I do miss Batman. But I want to try Cyberpunk 2077, see how that works on the channel. Mr. Matty says, choice-driven superhero game made by ex-Telltale devs. The main gameplay is basically you sending heroes to help people when you get a call. The voice cast is stacked. Interesting. Dispatch. Oh, because it's a dispatch. That makes sense. Superheroes have dispatches? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gotta deal with these jokers. Don't we have any miracle tonics? Okay, jump. Jump, Arthur. Jump. Where are we supposed to... Hey. Hey, we can... Okay, let's go. Let's go. Hold on, I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Where? This is a fun mission. First time I've done it without Lanky. Too bad about the horses. I got him. You would think I've played this game before. Who else can we shoot? Arthur, the red mist has descended. Okay. Uh, Cruz says, rest in peace to your parents, Super Antonio. They are protecting you from above. As I get older, I too worry for my parents' health. But for Halloween, I got home from work too tired, but managed to watch Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. That is a very charming movie. It's a nice love story. And Mr. Matty says, the main character is played by Aaron Paul Dispatch from Breaking Bad. He does a really good job. And Cruz says, I wasn't disappointed with that movie, and I decided not to watch any serious horror films because they mess up my ability to sleep. The Ed Gein movie did serious damage to my psyche. Mine too. If you're talking about the Netflix series. Yeah, that was crazy. It was too dark. But I've noticed that modern horror movies are like way too dark and serious. I prefer 80s horror movies. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's skip this. Aaron Paul. Jesse from Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. I've got it on Blu-ray. I haven't ever watched it again, but I will sometime. I will at some point. Let's eat something. And then we'll go talk to Lenny. Hi, Mrs. Adler. Hey there. Well, it's too dark to talk to Lenny. Okay, let's go to sleep. Cruz says, yeah, I agree. The irony of it is that the Ed Gein film showed his influence on the 80s horror films, so I guess watching that wasn't a waste of the time. Well, I'll tell you, Cruz, um, they, who played Ed Gein? Charlie Hunnam. He talked about, and I'm sure it was just a talking point from his publicist or his, where's our horse? Or his agent or someone, but he was talking in an interview about Ed Gein, and he was talking about before Psycho, which was directly influenced by Ed Gein. The novel that it's based on is basically about Ed Gein. Before Psycho, our monsters were all supernatural. They were all like Frankenstein and the Wolfman, and Dracula. And after Psycho, our monsters became human. We are the monsters, and that was a great point. How Ed Gein changed the whole genre and landscape of horror movies. But I'll tell you for a fact, Alfred Hitchcock is one of my favorite directors. And Psycho is one of my favorite movies. I know that movie inside and out. And while Anthony Perkins' like closeted gayness may have been a factor in his portrayal of Norman Bates, it was not the reason why Alfred Hitchcock hired him. Why did Alfred Hitchcock hire him? Two reasons. One, he was cheap, and two, he was a teen idol. And Alfred Hitchcock wanted to take advantage of his boyish good looks and his like teen idol charm in his portrayal of Norman Bates. He probably knew that he was gay. I mean, it's Hollywood, but I don't think it like factored into his casting of that role. Anyways, yeah, I know that movie intimately, inside it out. I also have it on Blu-ray. Psycho, that is. Wonderful soundtrack by Bernard Herrmann. Hugo Stiglitz says, "Hey, Super Antonio, I'll just be lurking and watching." Hugo, we're playing Cyberpunk 2077. Why? Two reasons. It's on sale for $22.49. Oh, we got to give something. And two, the algorithm told me to. If you rewatch the stream, I talk about my algorithmic adventures. Or if you want, I'll just tell you about it. But I got to, you got to give him something. Let's give him an item. What can they have? I don't want to give any of this. You can have a platinum pocket watch. Cruz says, I miss horror films like House of Wax and Hills of Eyes, those types. 13 Ghosts. Have you seen 13 Ghosts, Cruz? And Cruz says, I agree. Watch with your Alfred Hitchcock. Mr. Maddie says, Weapons is a great film. Yeah, I saw a great review from Critical Drinker on Mr. Maddie. Hugo Stiglitz says, the last horror film I saw that could be considered one was Bone Tomahawk. Hit a little too close for my tastes based on areas I lived in and experiences I had. Good movie, though. Yeah, I reviewed it on a live stream. We used to do Western Wednesdays back in the day when I was trying to expand the channel. So yeah, we did a review of Bone Tomahawk. And Cruz says, did you like the Norman Bates show that was on television? I watched most of it. Yeah, I loved it. Bates Motel. Thought it was a perfect prequel to the show, to the movie. Nice little twists. Got a little woke towards the end, but, you know, it was a time. But, you know, also at the time period, they did Hannibal with Brian Fuller. Brian Fuller was a director and producer with Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal Lecter. And I love Hannibal Lecter's, I love Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Hannibal Lecter even more than Anthony Hopkins. It's one of the reasons why I'm dressing up, wearing a suit. It's because of Hannibal. Well, because of Mads Mikkelsen's Hannibal. Okay, I'll talk to you, Lenny. Let's do it. Can we skip? Well, okay, we won't skip. He's going to offer Lenny a little piece of beef jerky. Mr. Maddie says, Mads Mikkelsen is a great actor. Yeah, it's like, he's so handsome, no homo. But I like his features, very classical, Nordic. Cruz says, Hannibal Lecter as in the show Hannibal and not the movie. Correct, Cruz. While I love Anthony Hopkins, I love that movie, those movies. I like the TV series better. Okay, let's go. We got a free Bolty. Cruz says, I tried watching that and didn't win me over like the movie did. Might have to give it a second chance. Yeah, give it a second chance, Cruz. Highly recommended. Hugo says, Mads Mikkelsen in Hannibal. Wow, Mads always does a 180 with any of his characters from what he is in real life. He's goofy and funny as heck. Yeah, his accent was perfect. Like that just Dutch foreign, I think he, like Ukrainian accent that he was doing for it. And the meals he prepared, exquisite meals. Granted, most of them had like human organs in them, but they looked exquisite. He was a gourmet. And his his house slash office apartment. There's many things I liked about that movie. It's like I would love to. I'm not. Obviously, my apartment is not like Hannibal's, but it is. It was influenced. My decorating style was influenced by that TV series Hannibal. You better tonic up. Do we have any explosive rounds for Springy? Good. We're going to need those. Lenny said N-word. Are you allowed to say that on the algorithm? The AI might not like that. We have AI overlords now on YouTube. But if you listen to them, they reward you with views and new subs. And views and new subs are up on this channel. You'll be happy to know. Hugo says, if you love criminal forensics TV shows with psychology, Law and Order, Criminal Intent is high school. Mindhunters is college. Hannibal is just freaking graduate school. I wish Mama One was here for this conversation. I've heard good things about Mindhunters. I haven't really watched it. Mindhunters had like a reference in what's its face in the Ed Gein show. He got interviewed by that cast, by those detectives. I didn't. It totally went over my head. That's just something I read later. Okay. This is where we unlock Bolty for real. Cruz says, well, Hannibal character portrayal in the movies is just masterclass, at least in my opinion, and especially for the time it was received. Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, I love Anthony Hopkins. I was watching Westworld at the time that I started the channel, and his diction influenced the way I did my superantonio narration. The way he speaks and resonates and enunciates every word really helped with the channel. And also highly recommend Westworld season 1 and like half of season 2. And Hugo says, by the way, we barely censor anything on this channel. No need to be a tyrant and censor people when YouTube does it automatically. Yeah, I was worried about the algorithm. I wasn't worried about I wasn't worried about any, and it was more a joke. Cruz says Westworld, tried watching it and wasn't won over. Am I too picky, Super Antonio? Cruz, we almost tanked this mission because we didn't move up. Because I was listening. I will pay attention to the chat after this is done. But what was it going to say? Yeah, you'll like it, Cruz. Give it a chance. I mean, if you've got... I mean, I have it on Blu-ray. Let's put it that way. That's how much I like it. And again, it gets kind of woke, but it's like that's the time period it was in. I have GTA 6 Rockstar thoughts and news that I want to talk about. All right, hold on. Okay, we need I want. Okay, no, I want the lanky. I know you guys want the pump action. I don't care. Hold on. And I want the Springfield. All right. Got some green. Oh, we gotta investigate. All right. Oh, he didn't spot enough of the stuff. We're gonna send Lenny and then shoot the dynamite. And we're gonna drink some green tea. I'll, I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Moving up. Trying to sneak up on us. Can't see him. There. There's a crate of dynamite there. We can took his head off. Did you see that? GD chat took his head off. One more. Curbs is here. I'll talk to you in a second, Curbs. think that's the last one. Okay, let's, we don't really need it. I just don't like having red cores. All right. Okay, we're going to search the area, but I want to search over here because this loot box respawns over and over again. Where is it? And we need the cash. Okay. Okay. Stop nagging us. I'll do it. Okay. I won't do it. What happens if we blow up the dynamite? That's what happens. I make my own fun. Crew says, pesky Lemoyne Raiders. Okay, fine. Let's do it right. Do it right this time. Hugo says, so Game of Thrones, I gave it a season, never got into it, never could, stopped and never looked back. Too many buddies kept saying, give it 2 more seasons. I said, really? I wouldn't. And, Cruz continues and says, or Hugo says, but yeah, Cruz, I feel you. If you don't like something, you don't like it. No middle ground. No reason to torture yourself with it. Okay, hold on. Calm down, Lenny. Can we just charge our way through these guys? We're going to try it. Why not? These aren't our horses. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Curb said, good afternoon. Greetings, Curbs. Cruz says, you don't like the last season, the last episode of season 1, Game of Thrones, Hugo. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, Lord. Hugo says, Super Antonio used explosive round to the face. It's super effective. Yeah, let's make a short out of that. Hold on. And Hugo says, in general, I couldn't get into any Game of Thrones episode I saw. Great theme song, as I recall. All my friends were watching it, so I was watching it. Cruz says, it's an interesting take, Hugo, for sure. Only aspect of it that made me ignore it for a long time was that it was about dragons and princesses, but the story won me over. Khaleesi. There's like kids named Khaleesi and, you know, and dogs. None of those actors, 0.00, I can't think of a single, well, actually, no. I can think of one who went on to, like, greater things, too many greater things, if you ask me. And you get points if you know who I'm talking about. He was a minor character in Game of Thrones, and he is like a horrible example of the times and the pop culture that we live in. Free Bolty. Cruz says also Khaleesi won me over too, Super Antonio. Yeah, she's a cutie. She's a tiny girl. Dracarys. But yeah, her career went nowhere after Game of Thrones. I watched, what did I watch? I watched like 1/3 of Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Sadie's awake. Sadie tells everyone to like and subscribe, and I like it. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's beautiful. He's one of my favorite directors, and and I know him well, through his work and interviews. And Frankenstein, the 1931 Frankenstein, directed by James Whale, Boris Karloff, is one of his favorite movies, and probably the movie that made him become a filmmaker. He's loved that movie his whole life, since he was a young lad. And it's beautiful. It's opulent. I'm enjoying it. I've only seen 1/3 of it. Mia Goth is in it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll probably watch a little bit of it tonight. Cruz says hi to Sadie. Okay, what's next? Okay, we got Hosea and we got Cerberus. We got the old Cerberus action. We're going to have to get rid of a horse to make room for Cerberus. So I guess we'll go do that now. We got a little time. Do a little roaming of the freeness. Cruz says, Frankenstein, the one on Netflix, correct. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. If you like Guillermo del Toro, if you liked Crimson Peak, which I have on Blu-ray, that's how much I liked it. You'll like that movie. You'll like the movie. Cruz says, next films I'm looking forward to watch is the new Predator and the latest Margot Robbie film that came out a few months ago. I don't know the Margot Robbie film, but I have not heard good things about the new Predator film. And I don't like the look of that Predator. His face is too smushed. And also they're saying that he's LGBT friendly, Cruz. And that's kind of annoying. Or maybe not LGBT friendly, he's actually LGBT. And I didn't know that there were any LGBT predators in the first place. And it wasn't really about that. I didn't even know there were predator girls or boys. But I like Arnold's Predator, of course. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Great words to live by. And Cruz says, I'm a big fan of Guillermo del Toro too, Super Antonio. Yeah, he's one of my favorite modern directors. Him and Quentin. Can we take this hat? No, because it's not a hat. And Cruz says, yeah, saw on X that even the new Predator has lower T levels. Do Predator aliens have testosterone? Do they have hormones? Do they work on that level? I don't know. Okay, we ran off in the general direction of the stable. I don't know where we ended up. Is that the stable? No. Where are we? No, it is a stable. Okay. Cruz do shrugs. Why? Because these muscles, I forget what they're called. They they manufacture a lot of testosterone. But yeah, do shrugs. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of. Can't get rid of this this one, the reverse dapple. You can only cancel it. Okay, so we're gonna sell the Dutch warm blood. Sorry, Mama One, and we're going to sell. Oh, I love this horse, but we'll get another one in chapter 6, and we will take the reverse Dapply into battle. The traps, yes, Cruz, yeah, work your traps. Lift heavy on the traps. Don't get them out of proportion, but yeah, lift heavy, and it helps with your testosterone production. That in your quads and your back. When did this turn into a fitness stream? We're all over the place. The algorithm doesn't know what to think. There's there's cash over here. We're just trying to raise cash for John. Look at those stars. Cruz says, I do the opposite of inducing exercises, superantonio. I do a lot more running nowadays. Okay. You do what works for you. My dad was a long distance runner. He was he ran marathons. And Cruz says, weighted squats is the #1 T booster, Super Antonio. Yeah, but that's basically because it works every muscle. Hugo says his face is incorrect for a regular Yaocha predator race name. Pronounced Yaocha. A lot of movies mess up a lot of established predator lore. Well, you know, the original Predator was played by, before he was recast. Speaking of Predator lore, Jean-Claude Van Damme. But he stopped. He quit because he didn't like the makeup. He didn't like being covered up. Mama One is here. Mama One says, "Hey family, sorry we are late." And Papa One says, "Hey gang." Oh, no worries, Mama One. I'm glad you're here. Look at that. Sadie heard your name and wanted to look up and say hi and tell everyone to like and subscribe. So, the news for the channel, Mama One. Let's get the old lantern out. We're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to do Cyber Sundays, probably starting tomorrow, because it's on sale on the PS4 store for $22.49. I love that price. And Cruz says, where do you find Predator lore, Hugo? At predator.film.news.net.com. I just made that up. I don't know. I apologize, Cruz. I generate a lot of false information on this channel. Mama One says, hey, Sadie. She's all clean now. And Cruz says the second Predator movie is so iconic to me when the group of Predators gifted him a weapon at the end of out of respect. Yeah, that was cool. But also because they have the alien skull there, and just it blows your mind that it's connecting those two universes. And Predator versus Alien, or Alien v Predator, the first one, which is like they find the pyramid under the ice with the lady. I mean, it's okay. I liked it. Hugo says, hi, couple one. And Cruz says, hi, Mama One. And Mama One says, we've been really swamped today. Hey, Mama One, do you have a horse update? The quarantine horse? What's that horse's name? So we can get emotionally invested. And Papa One says, hope you're well, Hugo. And Mama One says, hey, Cruz, and hey, Hugo. And Hugo says, for Predator lore, look up Acid Glow here on YouTube. And Cruz says, errands must be attended to, Mama One and Papa One, and hope you're well, Cruz. Yeah, I got all my errands done before the stream. I always do that. But, chores for me, walk the dog, wash the dog, clean all the dishes out of the sink. That's about all we got to do. So we're basically done for the night. I'll just hang out with you guys and talk in the chat. Papa One says, hope you're well, Cruz. Actually, if we're hanging out, we might as well go home. Sleep. I had half a ham sandwich. It was leftovers. Well, no, it was half a ham sandwich and teriyaki tempura shrimp, which I got to go for lunch. Tempura shrimp with rice, and then I only ate half of that, so that I will have the other half tomorrow for Sunday with like something else. I don't know what. We'll improvise. Cruz says, just reminded me to put clothes in the dryer. Fold them up tonight too, Cruz. Don't just leave them on a pile on the bed. Mama One says, her name is Gertie and she is responding to antibiotics. That's good news. She is not eating much and we have IVs in her to administer fluids and food. Gertie. I like that name. Sometimes I call Sadie a dirty Gertie when she's in the shower. I didn't call her dirty Gertie tonight. I call her a clean bird and a dirty bird. Gertie was the name of Drew Barrymore from E.T. That's the only Gertie I can think of. Gertrude. We're back home and a bunch of missions have opened up that we are not going to do tonight. But I'll talk about them. So, that's the bank robbery. Wow, this is like the sweet spot of missions. Got the bank robbery. Arthur gets kidnapped. We have Sean Tobacco Fields and Cerberus. We will be doing Cerberus next week, next Friday. Papa One says she came with the name and despite all she has been through, responds to her name well. Well, yeah, they bond with the name, Gertie. And Cruz says, don't tell me how to live my life, Super Antonio. I'll do it as I see fit. That's the spirit, Cruz. The chore isn't done until those clothes are put away. Someone has to tell you. And it's satisfying just to get it out of the way. Honestly, it is. Mama Went says, will Cyberpunk be live like this? Yes, it's going to be a first playthrough where I'm going to like customize and just get into it. And then how am I going to do it? I'm going to do a live playthrough on this channel. Okay. See, I have 2 accounts on this PS4. Okay. This is the one, this is like the official Super Antonio YouTube account. And then we have this account that I was using for like, you know, for The Last of Us and Batman. So what I'm in, and Biscuit, the Biscuit playthrough is on this account. So what I'm going to do is play it live on this account and then play it for me throughout the week on this account, just to like get familiar with the game and the mechanics. And Hugo says, Super Antonio, still need gold? Yes, we always need gold. I want to leave John 10K. So yeah, that is the plan as of this minute. What else? Yeah, washed Sadie. She had her shower. She's ready for bed. She's all soft and clean. And yeah. What else? No idea what I'm going to have for lunch tomorrow. Half of that tempura shrimp. But something else. I need something else. That's not enough. I only eat 1 meal a day, Cruz. That's how I maintain. Instead of doing a bunch of cardio, that's how I maintain my weight and physique. Bounty hunting. Yeah. Michael wants to play 5-finger fillet. There's the barber. And the fence. Susan, oh, we got things to give to Susan, I guess. Hugo says, Super Antonio, there is a trick that hasn't been patched. Yell at me if you want to hear it, but hang around. Yeah, let's talk about it. I'll hang around for a little bit. Just because, you know, Mama 1 and Papa 1 were here late, and I care about them, and Sadie wanted to see them, so we'll just hang out a little bit, and we can talk about things. And I'll show you. I will show you. Where are we going? Oops. There, see? It's $22.49, which I like that a lot better than $59.99 dollar dues. And let's see what else. Escape to Night City today. The add-ons, the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, a new spy thriller adventure. Okay, yeah. We'll get that too. We'll get that later, though. Man, it's a huge game. 166 gigabytes. We cannot play it in Japanese. That's annoying. Hugo, I blame you. AC Valhalla, we got that. The Outer Worlds 2, what's that? I don't like that character. He scares me. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. It's a very expensive, but I like the title. What's that about? What's that about? Danny Trejo is in it, I guess. Um, Papa once says, Mama once says, I love the game. I love the game refers to her as Miss Grimshaw, but when you have something to give her, it just says Susan. The game is very respectful. And Papa once says, glad we get to talk with y'all for a little while. It's been a tough day at the farm. Having to keep a horse quarantined has its difficulties. And Hugo says, the incest couple steals your golden stuff as Arthur. They put it behind the painting of their mom. If you cancel them after they steal but do not get your stuff, then start the last Arthur mission. Yes, Hugo. John can inherit all of Arthur's stuff. Oh, wow, look at this. We're playing the trailer. Okay, let's play the trailer. What's wrong with your eyes, sir? You're scaring me. Who's that fatty? What's going on? What's up with what's wrong with your eyes? It's a girl? Below deck. What's wrong with my hand? Ow, what's wrong with my thumb? This is exactly what I'm going to say during our playthrough. Who's that? He looks like he's in Alita Battle Angel. Ow. Ow. Hands up. Don't tase me, bro. We got cars, birds. What's wrong with your hair? I used to wear my hair like that. Hey, Japanese lady. Nihonese. They don't speak Japan. Why don't they speak Japanese? Hey, there's Johnny Silverhand. Blow up a car. Laser sights. Lightsaber arms. Where are your pants? Afterlife. Bazookas. We got bazookas. What is he doing? Pianos. They still play piano. That's probably robot piano. What's wrong with your eyes? No regrets.
The city's promise. Not everyone's buying it. But if you want to know for sure, you just need to try it for yourself.
Love it or burn it. Hugo Stiglitz with the win. Thank you, Hugo. Why did you do that? Gosh darn it. Hugo with a $50 super chat, the biggest super chat this year. Thank you, Hugo. I appreciate it. Thank you, friend. Mama says, that's so sweet, Hugo. And Hugo says, for Cyberpunk. Okay, yeah, we're playing Cyberpunk. And I'll get the add-on too. So we'll get all of it. We'll get all of it tonight. Thank you, Hugo. I really appreciate it. Sadie says thank you as well. We'll have a little left over so we can get Sadie something. Hugo for the win. And Mama once says, that's so sweet, Hugo. Curb says, hi, Mom and Pops. I'm doing Herbalist 10 to get the lore outfit, the Legend of the East outfit, and I'm listening. Mama once says, hey, Curbs. And Curb says, Hugo wins. Papa one says, hope you're well, Curbs. And Curb says, always. Peter Walsdorf says, hey, Mama one and Papa one. And Papa one says, that's very nice, Hugo. Yeah, thank you, Hugo. I am overwhelmed with gratitude and embarrassed. Okay, what else can we get? Ooh, out now. Okay, we'll watch this. Strong sexual content algorithm. Hugo says YouTube will take 40% cut. Super Antonio gets to play Cyberpunk for free. Channel grows. Makes sense to me. Yeah, Hugo thinks it out. That's why Hugo's a mod. And he's managing the channel. What? Hey, Asians. There's Asians in Night City.
So act like it.
And Mama One says, I'm excited for Cyberpunk. Curb says, I heard bazookas. You talking about Karen? And Cruz says, W. Hugo, the Predator lore expert. And Hugo says, Cyberpunk is very Tarantino-esque. Interesting. I didn't realize that. I'll have to see. Because he's never made a sci-fi movie, even though there's supposedly a script for Star Trek floating around, or a screen treatment. Mom once says, close Sadie's eyes if it's dirty content. Yes, she doesn't watch. A lot of times she just watches me. And Yuko says there are many Asians in Night City. Yeah, I would assume. I mean, but I just like pointing it out because I like to be included in I don't even know what to say that the algorithm would like. What sense a cyberpunk ghost? She's reminding me of Karen for some reason. I don't know why. It's a dystopian sci-fi survival horror twist. Does it have a trailer? Yes, it does. Papa One says, dogs don't really watch TV. They just watch their owners and silently judge them. Yeah, a lot of times she'll watch, like, she saw some geese flying across the screen and, in the V formation, and she loved that. She knew exactly what they were, even though she's never seen geese as far as I know. Like, the instincts just kicked in. And she likes seeing other dogs. Like, if, like, wolves are, like, howling, she'll look for the wolves. I don't think I'd play this game. It's too linear. And I don't like these menus. Solve the mystery. Micah's here and says, hello, I hope your Saturday is going well. It's going very well, Hugo. We made $50, and we're going to buy Cyberpunk 2077. Inventory. Exercise the spirits. It's sci-fi, except it's supernatural. One of my favorite sci-fi supernatural crossover movies is Event Horizon. I'm going to say it came out in like 1999. It came out in the late 90s or the early 2000s. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Cruise. What else The Ascent? RoboCop Rogue City. Let's watch that trailer. Mom once says, our dogs react to hearing the TV say supper or food. They know those words well. Yeah, Sadie, if she hears like someone knock on a door, she'll look at the door. That's a good looking RoboCop. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. It's first person.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Every day, the brave men and women of the OCP police force go out and fight to keep us safe. Tonight, thanks to RoboCop, we'll show you how. Because it's important to remember the new crisis seemed unstoppable, but not to RoboCop. He is the perfect policeman.
He's got a lot of armor. Is this actual gameplay?
With OCP's cutting-edge technology, and he's not alone. You're okay there, Murphy? The OCP police have shown us time and time again that we all can make a difference.
Fine with that, Detective.
So remember, whoever is behind this rampage, wherever he may hide, RoboCop is equipped to find him and stop his reign of terror using all the tools.
This is one movie I do not have on Blu-ray.
Until RoboCop is being called to action. Any warnings?
Micah says, are you just browsing through games? Yeah, we're just hanging out. We did our free roam. We did 2 missions. And Mama and Papa One were here late, so I thought I would just hang out for a little bit.
With me.
You're coming with me. Papa One says, that looks cool. Yeah, Papa One likes that Desert Eagle. ghost runner. He's a ghost that runs, and he's only $15. Let's see what a $15 game looks like. Yeah, I think the original RoboCop handgun weapon thingy from the 80s, that was based on a Desert Eagle. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Customized. Cruz says, saw Jake Baldino and RoboCop is a good game. So it's a lady samurai who's a ghost who's running. She's got a very slim waist, Cruz. Or rather, no waist. Never heard of this game. Some kind of android. She kind of reminds me of that Sith lady. What was her name? Ventress from Clone Wars. I know Clone Wars quite well. Why? Because I watched it with my nephew. Micah says, are you going to do any shopping for Black Friday? Yeah. My sister gave me an Amazon gift card for my birthday, and I'm going to use it to buy a 55-inch 4K UHD TV, which you would think that sounds like it's a very generous gift card, but it's not. You can find those things for like $150 when during Black Friday. But yeah, I'm going to get a 55-inch 4K UHD for the living room for above the fireplace. And it's going to replace my parents' old Sony flat screen, which is pretty darn old now. It's got to be at least 10 years old. Papa One says, never cared much for Star Wars, just never could get into it. It was my nephew's favorite genre, and I watched Clone Wars with him, and we would play Legos and then Minecraft and then Fortnite as he grew up. Hugo says, RoboCop's Auto 9 Beretta 93R. It was a Beretta added with Italian-made compensator, three-round burst, of course. I remember that 3-round burst. And Hugo, from the movie. And Hugo says, RoboCop Rogue City is a good game. Hugo knows his weapons. You should talk to Papa One. Papa One has a vast collection. I keep wanting him to make a video of it, because it sounds like he has a vast tribute to the Second Amendment, Hugo, that you would appreciate. You're not, of course, allowed to show any of those on a live stream, but you can show as much as you want on a video. At any rate, friends, that's about all I've got for you tonight. Why are we showing Homer and Marge? Okay, there. I don't know who Sarah's S Origin is. This is my PS4 or my PS Now account, so I've got like a lot of PS Now friends. That's about all we have for you tonight, friends. Thank you, Hugo. Shout out to Hugo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. It will go directly to the channel, which is what you wanted. Shout out to the mods, Mama One and Papa One. Best wishes for Gertie. And let's see, who else? Great talking to you, Micah and Cruz, as always. Papa One, it's our pleasure. Cruz says, adios, horse emoticons. Yes, horse emoticon to you as well. We'll return tomorrow night with a special Cyber Sunday. Going to start working on it now. Thank you, friends. Appreciate all of you, and